I'm Mark Ramsey from Mark Ramsey Media. I'm really proud today to have with me Baird Hall. Baird is the founder of a really interesting company called WAVVE. That's WAVVE. You can see it in the upper left-hand corner there, wave.co. WAVVE is an interesting company because it solves a pretty big problem, and we're going to talk about that. WAVVE allows you to share your audio content as video on social media. Welcome, Baird.
Hey, Mark, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to chat today. And this is the first sneak peek of our brand new redesigned 2.0 version that we're releasing. So we're probably going to release it in the next few days, and it'll be nice and fresh for everybody that's seeing it for the first time.
That's right. So in other words, anybody who thinks they've seen this before hasn't seen this after all. So what a great opportunity. All right, let's make good use of our time here, Baird. So first of all, what's the problem? What's the challenge with audio? And why is sharing on social media for that audio so important?
Yeah, it's a great question. It takes us back to why we started doing this in the first place. It's a long story, so to make it really quickly, we were working on a different company and a different product, and we had about 300 hours of audio content sitting on our servers. And we had run into a similar problem that a lot of podcasters and radio shows and different audio creators face is that they have so much audio content, and it's usually long form content, and it's really hard to share that content on social media. As all of us know, you can't just upload an MP3 into Facebook or into Twitter. Now, you can provide a link to that and try and encourage people to actually click through and get to your content, but actually sharing that audio itself is really difficult to do. So our idea was, well, if we can build a tool that actually converts it into video and puts that on social media, then we'll be able to allow people to actually get a taste of our content, hear how entertaining, informative, or funny, or whatever the point we're trying to get across. If people can actually hear that, they'll be enticed to click through to the long form content.
And Baird, I know this goes without saying, but I want you to say
Yeah,
it anyway. Why is making audio into video for social media so important?
because you can't put audio on social media. So the only way to actually have it come through for viewers on social media is to convert it into video. Also, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they are all tuned up to promote video compared to other types of content. And you get a lot of benefits by posting video natively onto social media, meaning that you actually upload a video file directly to your Facebook account or Instagram account.
So video is just plain more responsive. It gets more results. It gets more click-throughs. It gets more interaction, right?
It does, yes. All the major social platforms have realized that video captures attention really better than anything, and so they really heavily promote this. And they know if people are listening to a video, they're probably going to stay on for at least a few minutes and most likely move on to the next video. And so it's really important for all their platforms to make sure video is getting promoted. So what Wave does is allows you to repurpose your audio content into video. So you leverage all of those benefits from video marketing and also help promote your content and drive attraction and drive activity to your radio show or podcast or whatever it may be you're trying to promote.
I think it's worth noting that we all know that video is so important for social media, but when you're an audio brand or a radio brand, you're really limited to someone else's video for the most part. You find yourself repurposing BuzzFeed, and that doesn't do a lot for your content. It certainly doesn't attract people to your content. It doesn't invite them to listen to it, and it doesn't kind of familiarize them with what you do over the air or on your podcast or whatever. So this is a way to kind of make your content in the form that people want to consume, and it's going to get more response from them anyway, right?
Yeah, and I think another another point along those lines is that traditional video content's hard to create. You need to get your lighting right. You need to have a nice camera if you're actually going to record like actual recorded footage, and that's kind of a different level of effort. And a lot of our customers at Wave they're not up to that point yet where they have a video crew on staff, but they still want to be able to create video content to catch people's attention and promote their audio. So Wave kind of fits in that space there where you have audio, but you're not quite actually recording live footage, but it still makes it easy to create that video content.
Okay, so you've got a couple of examples, and then we're going to walk through real quick how to make one of these. So show us
Sure.
your examples.
Yeah, so we have a lot of different types of people and businesses that are using Wave to turn their audio into video for social media. I'd say probably Instagram is one of our biggest drivers of people wanting to use Wave, and I have a few different examples of what these videos look like when they're posted.
We
So
can live
I'm
from a
not sure
place
if
of
this audio will be
fear,
coming through.
insecurity, anger,
But you
rage,
can see that
and
a wave video, essentially it consists of a background image, text, and a sound wave animation that plays as the audio is being spoken. And those animations are so important because that is what really catches people's attention in the video, alerts them and lets them know that audio is being played so that they'll click on that video and actually listen to it. So a great place to see some examples is our Instagram page. It's at GetWave. And also Twitter at Wave. This one's kind of playing silently in the background here and this is an entrepreneurship podcast that uses Wave to promote quotes and highlight the guests that they've had and get those clips on social media. Another important point here is that Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, they all autoplay video within the feed. So as somebody's scrolling, this video is going to be automatically playing with the sound wave animations pulsing as the audio is being played. Facebook even is experimenting with autoplayed videos with the sound coming through automatically, so they don't have to do anything. They'll be hearing it immediately. Twitter's will have it muted, but all the user will have to do is click play to listen to it.
In the entrepreneurial world and the marketing world, I think the most.
So those are a few different ways that Wave is being used. Of course, any platform that supports video, including YouTube, that's another great place to. If you don't know, YouTube is now the second most used search engine in itself, right behind Google, which makes sense because Google owns them. But that's another great place to post content and really benefit from the SEO there. But they're very easy to create, and we can jump in and actually show you how to create these Wave videos from start to finish.
Yeah, let's do that. I know it's a quick process, so let's do that.
Sure. Yeah, so this is, again, brand new version of Wave, so there may be a few little design issues that are being cleaned up before it gets launched, but the general process is going to be the same. The first important concept of Wave, when you log in, you'll be taken to a page called My Cards. And a card is essentially a template that determines what your video is going to look like. So that includes an image, text, the sound wave animation, and it's really important to set this up first so that when you're creating video, you'll have your own brand included within the video. So the first step when you log into Wave is just to create a new card. And when you do this, there's 3 different sizes of cards that you can choose from. As you can expect, horizontal is great for Facebook and YouTube. Square is really meant specifically for Instagram videos. It's used for Facebook as well. And then vertical, which is perfect for Instagram stories and Snapchat. Another great call out here is that's really the stories format is really where social media is starting to trend. So if you're wanting to leverage that type of content, creating that for Snapchat and Instagram stories, Wave can help you turn that audio into video for that. But let's go with the square template. That's probably the most common use case is creating Wave videos for Instagram. And all we need to do is upload a background image. So I've got a few different options, some different sample images from some of our users, and I'm going to pull one of those into the canvas here.
And this could be an image. This could be an image from the show, or this could be any other image that you have rights to, right?
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of our users are already creating these types of images in tools like Canva and Stencil, and PicMonkey is another one that's really popular. So chances are somebody on your team or yourself you're probably already creating these images, and you can just upload those into Wave and use them to as the background image. Now, the most critical part of the design of a Wave card is the waveform animation. That's really the key behind Wave, that these animations, we have a lot of different styles that are available. You can change the color and the position. I'll drop a few on here as I'm chatting. But this is really what's going to alert the user and or the viewer and let them know that audio is being played. So as you can see here on the left side, we've got a lot of different designs. We've built most of these in-house, and you can even, we have square and rectangle animations that can really play well with some of your designs, like maybe a circle logo like we see here might be a nice option. I really like the pulsing dots animation, which I'm going to slide down here at the bottom and expand it so these dots are nice and big. Whoops. I don't know, Mark. Which one do you think? Do you like the circle or the dots better?
The dots.
All right, let's do that right here. And you can also add text to the card as well. Again, if you're using another editing tool to create these photos, you may already have text in it, but if not, you can add those. You can add those with Wave.
And obviously, you got to be careful about the amount of text you put in here, right? If you're going to put any ad dollars behind this.
That's a great point. Yep, Facebook. It seems like I keep getting conflicting reports. It used to be 20% text, so they would shut you down. I feel like it's lower than that. I've heard they're taking that away, but definitely something to be aware of. And you can change the color of any element that you add on the screen as well.
Okay.
I'm actually going to delete that just to keep it nice and clean. Oops. There we go. All right, so once we have the animation added in, everything's set the exact way that you want it, you just give it a name. Let's call this our Instagram post, and we'll save it. Once we have the card design set, all we need to do is head to the Create page, and this is where we can actually upload our audio file and trim it down to that specific segment that we want to share. On the left side here, we just pick which one we want to be active. You'll see it update on the right. And then we use either the upload audio or record audio. We do have a small segment of users that are creating audio on the fly. Maybe they don't have a radio show or a podcast, and so they don't have the audio file. But I would say probably the majority of the folks that are watching this will already have an MP3 file.
Or it could be a tease, right? It could be a tease for the audio file itself.
Yep, it could be. And this is something that we see a little bit of both here, too, where it may be a tease that was produced in a different application, and you're just uploading that maybe 1 minute, 2 minute segment, or you're uploading the full hour-long podcast episode, and then you want to trim it down. So there's a few different ways to do it, of course.
What's the right length for these, for the audio?
You know, that's a great question, and in our opinion, we think that between 30 seconds to 2 minutes is where you want to be. You'll see statistics out there that 12 seconds to 18 seconds of video is probably what catches people's attention most. But personally, I would rather have the right length of 1 minute 15 seconds that gets my point across, and maybe take a little bit of hit on viewership, but actually get people listening. So we see people experimenting in a lot of different ways, and that's still really something that we're trying to learn.
Okay.
So we'll call this our Instagram post, and we'll scroll down. And this is the full podcast episode that I've loaded up here. I think it's about an hour long. But we have this nice trimming tool that if you did upload a full episode, you can zoom in. You can find that exact point that you want to find.
Contractors that want to work on their project, otherwise.
And you can also manually identify your start time and end times here.
Okay.
And then this is a little button that we need to make much more apparent because it saves so much time, but you can test the last 5 seconds.
Fancy office suites and those types of things.
To make sure that you're actually stopping it and starting it at the exact times that you want.
Well, why does the last 5 seconds tell you the start time? You said it you're testing the last 5 seconds of it?
Yeah, correct. The last 5 seconds. This play button here starts it from the beginning. Right. Yeah, and then the test, it plays the last
situations. Or have you, I guess, been?
It's really important that a lot of our users just wanted to make sure that it ended in a correct spot and didn't sound like it just kind of trailed off and ended abruptly. So that's important. I'm going to grab a little bit of a smaller clip here just to make sure that it generates quickly. And it tells you how many seconds that you have and that you have selected. And we can talk about kind of the pricing plans and different sets of Wave after a while, but it's all based on how much video you create, which you can see up here. I've got 9 minutes left on my account, but I'll just go ahead and hit generate. And the audio files are being uploaded to our servers, and we trim it down to that specific segment that was selected, and it's going to start creating the video for us.
Okay, so while that's creating in the background, Give me a sense, Baird, of kind of what the best practices are that you've found from this process, and what the response is that you're getting from. I mean, how is this working for your clients?
Well, we're seeing from almost all of our clients that are using this, they are seeing better engagement on social media. Now, we can't always promise that your downloads and listens are just going to spike up, right? Because there's a lot of different variables that play into how many people are actually getting to your podcast. But as far as when it comes to social media, using WAVVE videos and using audio clips and to add these videos, most of our users are reporting that they're getting better comments and likes and retweets on social media. So it's really a great way to not just showcase your recent audio and share it, but it's a great way for fans to actually connect directly with your show. They can listen to these clips. They can say, "Hey, I love this episode. I can't wait to check it out." And it's a great way to start a conversation.
Well, also, I think it's fair to say that, for those people who are broadcasters, I mean, they're living in a world that's always on, right? So if they share any content, they actually, depending on what they have, they could share content that people have missed and talk about, what you've missed. Don't miss it tomorrow. They could share content that is coming up, right? If they have an interview or something that's in the can, they can share a piece of that and direct people to when that's going to be on the air. So there are actually ways that they could use this to actually promote TuneIn, not just evaluate interaction on the basis of the usual Facebook metrics, shares, likes, comments.
Yeah, definitely. And something that I think is really powerful, especially for broadcasters, is Twitter might be the only exception in this case, but Facebook and Instagram and especially YouTube, those are places where that content is going to live and it's going to be discovered over and over again. When somebody comes to your Instagram page, they might scroll through your feed and find these older clips that can be viewed and accessed. So it's a great way to have evergreen content as well that people are able to view, engage with, and then use that to drive people to the full content.
Interesting. So this is now you're one step from publishing, right?
Correct. Yep. So now at this point, the video has been created. We can preview it just to make sure that it's exactly how we wanted it.
Contractors that want to work on
this. There we go. As you can see, the animations are pulsing there for us. We can download the video, which would just allow us to save it locally. Pretty simple. That's this option here. But you can also connect WAVVE directly to your Facebook and Twitter account for direct sharing to those platforms. And for Facebook, it will connect to your pages, so that not just your personal account, but for any pages that you're an admin on. And you can load up multiple accounts as well. So if you have 3 different Twitter accounts, they could all be listed here.
Great.
Now, this feature is pretty important for anyone that's interested in Instagram, Snapchat, or Instagram stories in that case. Both Instagram and Snapchat, they don't allow you to share directly from your desktop, and WAVVE is much better suited for desktop use. So one of the easiest ways to get your video onto Instagram is just to text it to yourself. So I'm just going to send, looks like I'm giving my cell phone number out to everybody.
Whoops.
But that's okay. Feel free to call me. I'd love to chat with anybody about WAVVE. But I just texted the video to myself. It shows up with a link. I can download it, and then I can put it, just post it directly on Instagram.
And just again, to be clear, what's the challenge in posting to Instagram from WAVVE or any other platform?
Instagram doesn't allow, so Instagram's really the tough one. Snapchat as well. They don't allow you to post from your desktop computer. They're kind of want you to record content directly from your device and upload it there.
I see. Yeah, I got it.
There's a few tools that you can use, like Buffer and Hootsuite, that will help you schedule this. So those are great tools to use as well. But a lot of people just want to share it really quickly from their phone. So the text feature is a great way to get it on your mobile device.
So I know we're running out of time. For anybody who wants more information, first of all, I think it's worth noting that this is not expensive.
Yeah, that's a great point. So first off, there is a free account that you can use. You can get started with WAVVE for free. You can create your first card, and you can create up to a minute of video free. There's some clip links that are intact on that free plan, but you can try it out. You can try everything about WAVVE free, and then to move up to the first premium plan, it's $10 a month. It allows you to create 10 minutes of video, and then there's an $18 package. You could just pull up those different there's an $18 package that will give you 30 minutes, and then an unlimited package, which is $30 a month.
And
you
for
can just go to,
for anybody who wants to talk enterprise and need to reach out to you, give us your coordinates. How do they contact you?
you can find us wave.co, and we have our email posted there. You can submit a case, or probably the easiest way is just to email us directly. It's info@wave.co. So that's probably the best way to find us. And that's a good point. We have actually done enterprise plans. We did it for a very large broadcasting company in France and set them up with dedicated servers, dedicated accounts, and the ability to create a lot of video with their own servers. So that's definitely something that we could do as well.
Great. Really, and the reason why I wanted to do this with you, because I thought it was such a great solution, great problem solver for broadcast and for podcast both. Barrett Hall, founder of WAVVE.co, WAVVE.co. Thanks so much for your time, and congratulations on version 2.
Great. Thanks, Mark.